Never imagined how strong these are. I carried the whole box with these. Moment of truth. Alright, so unboxing this thing. This is a front and it's a Swift 12K spring with a helper spring. The reason Garrett opted to go to the 12K spring is because I don't think I'm going to be running a front sway bar first. Maybe later on, and I'll switch spring rates and stuff like that as we get into that. But basically, he was saying it'll compensate for the lack of a front sway bar. The one he was showing me that I should get was like the Bink Industries one, which was like a crazy modified one that was like $500. So I was like, I'm not trying to spend that money yet. So this is what we did. This is how we set it up. So that's the front. And put this back in here for a second. And then I have the rear in my hand right here, which is a 5K spring. It's a softer spring. Gives us a little bit more mechanical grip. And yeah, real nice setup. And these are extreme lows. I forgot to say that. These are both extreme low coilovers. Yeah, I don't think there's really too much else. It was just more opted for like a custom setup with the small spring. The small helper spring with the Swift spring and yeah, extreme low so the car can sit real nice.
Tomorrow.
Rabbi's digging through piles.
Maybe found one. All right, well, we're dropping off the stuff right now for Lewis to do the bushings because he has to press them out. I don't have to press at home. It's the lower toe arms on the rear, the lower control arms on the rear. We're going to swap out these with what are Nissan Sentra B12 front ball joints, and that's what they use for the rear ball joints. The part number is K9633, and so that's what we're using for those. That'll swap these out. The energy bushings go into all of these little spots, the knuckles, all of that. And yeah, that should be it. Everything should be good once we get that done. And I should be able to assemble the entire back half of the car.
Tomorrow. Day 3.
They're painted so nicely.
Yeah, we're gonna cut them.
I know. We'll repaint them.
All right, so we ran to Injuku. We picked up the GK Tech dual caliper brackets, which are like slip brackets. It's not a complete replacement knuckle, but it slips behind the knuckle, which is what we painted today, or the other day, sorry. I did have, I bought the energy bushings. Lewis Jr. put all of them in from Lewis, which is like Phillips Auto and Tire Service. They did all the bushings for me, so they're all in place because they had a press, I don't have a press. And yeah, I'm gonna quickly paint it, and then that should be it for this part. Accidentally painted my new bushing. Oh well. Just gotta hit one more little spot and I think that's it. This. Because I need to hit this little spot right here. Essentially the reason I'm quickly painting this is because I don't want to rust or anything like that. So I'm just trying to make sure all the raw metal is covered. And then that's it. I think we're done. Well, that's fun. The paint didn't even stick to it because there's so much grease on there. I just need to clean it tomorrow. That way I can just like, I can hit it one more time to any of the places that got hit by the grinding wheel or whatever. Or the Sawzall, I can paint.
Lightly paint.
Yeah. So that's cool. Whatever, we're done for now. Let's go inside.
Tomorrow for sure.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. And today we are going to shoot a car. It's a 67 Jaguar E-Type Series 1. And we we're in the middle of nowhere, so we're watching for cops. They're clearly everywhere over here. And we're fighting the rain. There's supposed to be like a 100% chance of rain according to the weather app. We're supposed to be out for sunrise this morning, but the dude ran into some issues with getting some parts sorted and whatever else, so whatever, working around that, and we're heading out there right now, so. Yeah, no, it was raining at our house right when we left, but I was like, you know what, we're going. Alright, I'm coming down the little gravel road right now.
It looks like an old radio, but it has Bluetooth.
Almost done. Last little roller, and I'm gonna do a panning shot just to add to the set. It should be good. Sorry I didn't talk much, but I had to run because we're trying to fight the rain. It's literally drizzling now. And we just opted to shoot. We were actually worried that the sunlight wasn't gonna pop on the color. We got a little bit of sunlight peeking through the clouds, and it's literally raining right now, but all right, I gotta shoot this. Give me a second. Good. I think I got it. All that drifting, you know, paying off here. These pan shots. I normally don't shoot this kind of stuff for that, but I was like, you know what, we have a good little runway. It should be a good run. And pretty hyped on that. So, yeah, time to get back to the car. Get everything loaded up.
I want a copy of those pictures.
Well, I guess that's it. That was a quick vlog, and yeah, see you guys soon.
Bye.
Tomorrow for sure.
Okay, we're just gonna clean off a little extra grease. Little Butterfinger.
Yep, 4 and 4. Perfect. All right, do me a favor. Take this outside and get me a socket for that. Okay, so these are 19mm bolts, and I just quickly pushed them through to fit the bracket on. We had already trimmed the ears off, which you saw a little earlier, and I'm just gonna put some Loctite on this. I'm gonna put the hub on. These are the back hubs from ISR, the 5-lug conversion. Okay, verifying that it fits. I think it goes on like this, and that's that part. Then the knuckle, matching the big hole to the big hole, goes on like this. Line it up, and we're in the money. These bolts are 19s, and they require 71 foot-pounds of torque. So I've got my torque wrench right here. I'm actually just gonna run them in with the normal socket, and then with the Loctite on them, and then I'll torque them down, just to verify. I'm an idiot, sorry, I'm filming that.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops.
Loctite on.
Yep, got the Loctite on there, and now we are just trying to screw it down so they all line up. Make sure. Slowly going in, just making sure. All right, putting some Loctite on the other one.
Okay, 2 down. My turn.
Yeah, don't have to overdo it. And
Is that enough?
yeah, it's plenty.
Gloves don't fit properly.
Almost done.
Tomorrow for sure.
We're doing some stuff today.
So we're putting all the arms back on the car today. Or well, one arm, the tow arm, because that's the only other one we have that we didn't buy the ISR yet for. But right there, if you look down, all the ISR stuff is right here. So we'll knock that out soon.
Also, it's really hot, so if we're filming and you hear a bit of noise, we have the fan on. Wait, hold on. These are falling. 1 second. Oh, wait.
Goodbye. Old junk strut.
And here, I had a really easy job. Here you go.
Yep, don't need these. Alright, that's going to need to be tightened more after, but that's good enough for right now, because once it's tight, it won't move. And it's a tow arm, so.
You want to paint it?
Yeah, just hit it with some black paint. I mean,
Okay, we're gonna paint this really quick. Popsicle break.
oh. Thanks.
We got these from the Dollar Tree. They're the Kool-Aid ones. I went with
Thank you.
red. You're welcome. I went with red. So our teeth weren't gonna be blue, purple, or green for the vlog.
Swap the bushings on the bottom arm, because with the big bushings that come factory installed, they don't work. It doesn't fit. So here I am prying at this rubber bushing to get it over the metal bushing. I think you got it.
Oh, I think you did.
Okay, that's one. Okay.
All right, second part.
So rear upper, the RUCA, the RUCA, rear upper control arm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do double washers. That's what I'm gonna do.
Perfect. Okay, so clearly it was easier putting the bolt on the other side. It slid right in.
So this one's gonna be a little bit more fun because it's out in the open. I can hit it with the impact gun. I won't overkill it, but you know, I at least get to make it go down. Bro, I was trying to be like gentle. Okay, so there's still room in there. It's not super tight yet. I won't tighten it until we go to get the alignment, and then we'll do that. That's when all of the stuff will be.
We just need the car to move right now.
Yep.
So we can do other things like
Like Rosie. So.
it's trapped. If the footage is a little shaky, I'm bumping into Rabbie.
Sorry, I'm just gonna do one wash on this.
Perfect. I'm trying to show everyone, but I'm trying not to be in your way either.
Yep, no, I got you. Figuring this out as we're going along anyway, so. What about losing? I know I keep losing it, but
Is it underneath you again?
yes. Awesome. That's nice and in there now.
Hey, want to show everyone all my fancy work?
Yep, all your fancy paintwork right here. What I think I'm going to do. Oh yeah, it's beautiful, by the way, and you did assemble this very nicely.
Thank you.
The little new bolts that we got from Ace Hardware, can you bring me one?
Yep, one bolt.
On the GK Tech dual caliper bracket, you need to put a bolt in before you tighten it all down, otherwise you can't get the bolt in. So I'm just putting a nut on it because I'm not ready to put the caliper on yet. And it's probably gonna just sit for a little while, so I'm just gonna do that so it doesn't flop around or anything like that. And I put a little lock washer on it just to keep it in place. Not really gonna mess with it too much more after that. And I believe it goes in like this. And that should be it. So I need to get some anti-seize.
Oh, it's Wait, where did it go?
It's under me
Oh,
somewhere.
it's here. I found it.
Where's my glove?
I'll get you one.
I have one, I think, right here. Perfect. So the plan right now is to put some anti-seize on this because it's a little bit kind of junky. Put a little bit on the threads too, just because, but doesn't really need a ton. It just needs a little bit of lube from where it was. Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Hold this up and then probably gonna have to stop filming.
Yep. Okay, be right back. Okay, quick little update. Losing my balance everywhere. We swapped it. We grabbed the wrong one. So we're making adjustments and yeah.
All right, there we go. That is the knuckle.
Perfect.
Just cold bolting everything in, like. Whew.
Jack sand was a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so it appears when you're bolting these in, or pretty much everything in, there's only one way you can do it. So if you're struggling trying to get it in on one side, just try doing it the other side.
Flip the bolt.
Right? Even if it's something you don't want to do. Okay, it's in. You just have to lift it up a little bit.
Right. Oh no.
And when we get that metal thing, the magnetic little
Yeah.
stick.
I'm gonna grab the stick.
It should be right. This is the best thing ever. I don't know if I see it.
Nope, you're missing. Yeah, right there. Boom. I kind of tightened everything a little bit. Like the arms aren't tight yet, but they're like good enough. So that's that. Can you grab me another one of those little washers and bolts so we can put this here just to like lock this nut in? So the car didn't have a proper nut washer. Like it's supposed to be a bearing washer, then the nut, then there's like a castle nut, and then there's the cotter pin. This is the Dorman one. It's part number 05129, and this is supposed to be the one that fits. You can get it at Amazon or O'Reilly's, either or, they both have it. And so I'm gonna do part of it. I'm not gonna put the cotter pin in yet, but I'm gonna do the washer. Boom, perfect. Brand new nut. I believe it's a 32. Putting that on there. Put it most of the way down. I'm not gonna hit it yet, but anyways, just to show you guys, once that goes on, then this guy goes on to lock it in place. And then there's a little gap for the cotter pin to go through, and boom, you lock it in place. I'm gonna leave this part off for right now. I'm gonna hang on to that just in case, because I haven't torqued this down properly and all that other stuff. I will before, but I still have to do the bottom lower control arm, which I need to figure out which is which. But we do have the new energy bushings in here and a brand new ball joint.
Should I pull more?
Yeah, pull it towards us.
How's that?
It's a hair towards more like.
Okay, hold on. How's that?
Let it go and pull it back out.
Found solutions?
Yep.
I tell everyone what you did?
Nope. No idea.
Well,
That was lucky.
We got it in. That's all that matters.
That's good enough, right? I don't know if it's too tight or not. But... Alright, so what I'm doing right now is just like, because the ball joint won't fit, it's off by a little bit, I'm just lengthening this arm. It'll go in, and then I can make the adjustments after when it's all put together. Alright, so we're still struggling with the ball joint on the bottom. I'll figure that out later. This is our BC coilover, 5K spring, helper spring. So it's gonna compress, it's not gonna let like sag down, so I'm gonna have to push it up in there and get this on there. I think the smarter thing to do would be to do it from the bottom, put it on there, and then push it up into it, and then put the bolts on top. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. There's officially a BC coilover in there, and it's 5 lug. I need to figure out why the rear upper control arm didn't fit, and now I need to figure out why the bottom rear control arm doesn't fit. But the coilover's in, so that's fancy.
Oh, you got it.
Magic just happened. And the ball joint went in. I guess once the suspension pulled it all into place. This is in here. Alright, I gotta get this from the other side, but it's in at least. Alright, so we got the coilover in, the rear ball joint, the little lower ball joint in, the rear upper I had to just swap around. I don't know if you guys can see it, hopefully you guys can see it. And now I'm just gonna put the brake rotor on. It just feels so complete. I didn't take any of like the brake cleaner to the actual rotor because it's gonna be a while before we drive the car. So I'm gonna leave all the protectants and stuff on the car right now. And I am just gonna put a wheel on it, and that's gonna be awesome. So I'm really hyped.
Shout out to John. Got there.
All right, wheel lock's going on the car, and super hyped. Just trying to make sure they go on nice and smooth. And that's it. Got a wheel on the car, and the brake is all in there. The calipers are obviously not in there yet, but I am going to be powder coating them some fancy colors. And this is just a junk wheel that John gave me from his last little purchase. So it's just something to place hold, you know, so that way I can finally roll the car out of the way and get back to work on the Evo. That's it. I can't believe this is over. Well, tomorrow I got to do the other side, but you know what? I'll just wait for that part. Show you guys in the next vlog. Thanks. I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'm filming that.